What's up guys, it's the Cheapster here again. Today I just want to talk about what this channel is all about and kind of things I'm trying to do with it. So a little bit about me. I've always been a cheap person all my life. I love saving money. I don't like spending money very much, so I'm always trying to find the cheapest way to do stuff. If I'm going out to a fast food place, I'm ordering off the value menu, the dollar menu. I started my first business when I was 11 years old. I started mowing grasses for people, and I remember getting paid, I think I was getting paid like $10 an hour, which when you're 11 years old, it was pretty great. So I think my cheapness probably started then because I just, getting paid $10 an hour, the money was starting to add up and I didn't want to lose it. I wanted to keep my money. So I was kind of a kid that I didn't really want to buy stuff. I more just wanted to save my money. Maybe save up to like something that was bigger and spend money on that. But usually I just like to save my money, and I really just kind of feel like we don't need a lot of the things that people kind of make it seem like we need. And a lot of times you can just save the money and not buy stuff like going out to eat. So many people go out to eat so many times a week, and you can just stay in and have some cheaper meals, and that stuff really starts to add up. If you do that over a year, you're gonna see some big changes in how much money you can save by doing that, and you can still eat pretty well. Luckily my wife's a cook, so that helps out a little bit, but you can make things pretty easily for cheap. You just gotta kind of search around. That's something I think I'd like to do in the future, is kind of do some cheaper meals for the channel. But enough about me. Let me talk about the channel itself. What I really want this channel to be is something that can really just help people find ways to be cheap. It's something that's, I'd have to say, has kind of been a passion in my life, being cheap. And sometimes it's not even really about the money itself. Sometimes it's like, okay, well, you can search around and save a buck or two. And it's like, yeah, that's a little pointless, but sometimes it's kind of the thrill of finding a better deal, finding something cheaper. Not to be crazy, I mean, you don't want to be ridiculous. I know I've seen some shows where there was a person who had a hot tub that they used for everything. They took baths in it, they warmed their food in it, they used it for cleaning stuff, and that's a little disgusting. That's a little, I don't think that's a cheapster. I'd say that's a cheapskate. So I try to avoid being a cheapskate, just be a cheapster. But yeah, some of the things I want to do for this channel is I want to be able to bring tips to you guys so that you can find cheaper ways to buy stuff, whether that's different apps out there to save money, or websites, or any kind of deal that's out there. The internet is a big place. There's a lot of stuff out there, and some things aren't great. Some things are great and some things aren't. So it's a little hard to sift through that and figure out what kind of stuff you should have and where's the best ways that you can save money. So I've been doing that a lot through my life. I've really been trying to find the best ways to save money. So I want to share some of that with you guys. So a few things that are going to be on this channel, and this is what I know so far that I'm trying to work towards. One is going to be Cheapster tips. And that's kind of just me talking about things that you can do, different websites, stuff like that, that'll help you to save money, different apps on your phone that you can download. And there's a lot of those things out there. I know there's a lot of money that passes people by when you don't realize if you just downloaded an app and did a few simple things, you could be saving a lot of money. So I'm going to try to share that with you guys. The next one is a show that I just started called 5 Cheap. So in 5 Cheap, I'm going to be looking for items in a certain category, and I'm going to try to find 5 of the cheapest ones out there. So I just did one on red wine. You can see that in the description here below. I'll link that. But I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff. So anywhere from food to toys to whatever it is. I'm going to be looking at you guys for suggestions. Any suggestions you guys have on something you want to see in 5 Cheap, just let me know in comments, and I'll try to see if I can do it. But there are a lot of places out there to buy stuff, so I know it can get a little hard to search things out. So I'll do the work for you guys. Another show that I'm going to be doing is cheap dates. That's something I'm going to be doing with my wife. I'm really pretty excited about those because I think they'll be pretty fun. I know everyone's kind of looking for different ways to do things cheaply, but still be able to, romance the woman. Yeah, I've come up with a whole bunch of different dates that you can do for cheap. So I'm going to be recording with my wife, and we're going to see how they turn out. I think it'll be pretty fun. Another show I'm going to be doing is cheap DIY stuff. So that's another thing that you guys can suggest. Anything you want to see me try to build. I've got loads of ideas for cheap DIY. I know a lot of it is just like those cool man cave things that you can't really get, or those things that are just out of the price range. Finding a way that you can make it on a budget yourself is something that I'm pretty excited about. I'm a handyman, so I've got a lot of skill in building stuff, but I'm going to try to keep the videos so that anyone can pretty much do them with a drill and some screwdrivers, things like that. I don't want them to get too complicated, so I'm going to try to find the best ways that you guys would be able to do this yourself. But I think this one will be really exciting. There's so many things out there that you see it on the ads and stuff, and it's too expensive to have. But maybe you got some time to make something, and that's kind of the idea here. You can build it yourself and maybe it'll be a little bit different. It's not going to be as great of quality as buying something, but I mean, when you can save a lot of money and be able to have pretty much the same thing, it's great. It's great. It's so great. It's so great. Another one I'm going to be doing is cheap versus expensive. That's also a show I'm pretty excited about, to test out things that are expensive versus things that are cheap. Because I think a lot of times, I think the expensive things are just expensive for no reason. And a lot of times I think there's cheap comparisons out there that it's just pointless to get the expensive stuff. But sometimes I'm probably going to be wrong. There's probably going to be some stuff that I'm going to find that's going to be pretty hard to go back once I've tried the expensive version. So I'm pretty excited about how that'll turn out. Now, another show I'm going to be doing is Cheap Vacations, and this is the one I'm definitely the most excited about, because me and my wife have always tried to be pretty cheap when we go on vacations, and we love traveling. We love traveling across America, around the world when we can, but we're trying to figure out how we can do things for cheap, and we've been doing that for a while. And I think a lot of people are looking for that, trying to find the ways that you can do things for cheap or different deals that you can have. I know there's lots of stuff, like whether it's hotel rewards programs or flight airline miles, or just places that you can get cheap deals, things like Groupon. And so I'm pretty excited about this one. I think this one's going to be a pretty fun one to do. We're going to have to start out pretty small at first, and I'm hoping we could build some bigger things. But at first, we're probably going to start with some of the real cheaper things that you can do. But we're going to still try to find pretty good deals. So that was going to be more of like a vlog style video, but I think that was going to be pretty fun. I'm pretty excited for how that stuff's going to turn out. So that's what I got for right now. I think there's probably going to be more shows down the road, but these are the shows I'm going to be working on. So if any of these things sound interesting to you guys, then subscribe to this channel, and you'll be seeing a lot of stuff coming in the future. And I know my setup right now isn't the best. Right now I'm just trying to find any place I can in my apartment to film a video, and it's pretty hard with the lighting. So I know I'm going to be getting some better lights in the future. I'm going to actually be setting up a recording studio in one of my rooms, so I should have some better quality videos coming up soon. So I hope this channel will be something helpful to everybody. I hope it'll show you some different ways that you can save money, maybe give you some ideas on things that you can do to cut your budget and save more money, save some of those dollars. Thank you guys for watching. If you're cheapies like me, then subscribe to this channel and do the cheapest thing you can today. Tap that like button, and remember, stay cheap.
Get cheap!